You've made it to Chiro Hustle Live. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession. This episode is brought to you by Clothes for Chiro, Chiro Sushi, Barbara Eaton's 56-day chiropractic boot camp, California Jam, Move Well University, the Black Diamond Club, Pure Chiro Notes, the Chiro Dex app, Dr. Alok Trivedi, Chiro Spark, Chirogram, Chiropractic Wealth Management, 8 Weeks to Wellness, Integrative Freedom, and Element Mattresses. Let's hustle. Hey guys. Whoa. Todd Pickman's over there. Jim Chester's over here. We're doing something really cool today. We are filming the live stream, so Dr. Todd has something really cool going over there. What are you doing over there, man?
Well, we're trying this out. I'm recording some audio. Okay, I got my audio. You got your audio. We got a camera over here. I got some lighting. And we're going to figure out how to share this stuff with the masses. So you got it live on your end. I'm going to send it out to my crew because I got a bunch of awesome doctors that follow Move Well University and everyone else that doesn't know yet. So I just showed you some behind-the-scenes stuff. I don't know if you want to take this away for the intro. I don't want to steal the glory. So I'll let you do your intro.
No, man. I mean, you're a sponsor for the Chiro Hustle podcast. You saw the vision, what we were doing a long time ago. You see how we're constantly in everybody's news feed. You know that we are doing some really special stuff with these interviews and with the podcast that's just blowing up right now. But you're coming in from Idaho. I'm out here in the Grand Valley, the Grand Junction of Colorado, which is absolutely paradise to me, in my opinion. I don't think you can find much more fine places than we are. You're in Boise, right?
Yeah, it's beautiful out here, which is crazy because all the Californians keep moving here. We're trying to keep them out. They're going to overpopulate it, but everyone's flocking to Idaho.
Well, that's what they did to Denver too, and that's why I'm here because we were getting all that Cali love out there in Colorado and Denver, and I was like, where can I go? Where's a bastion of just normalcy where people aren't crowded and where people enjoy their quality of life, where nothing is more than 15 minutes away. And I'm like, Grand Junction, I'm going.
For sure. Awesome. So step one, find a place that you love to live. And then step two, what we're going to talk about today. Blowing it up.
So let's talk a little bit about Move Well University, why you started it and where it's going.
Cool. So you and I have talked before. We did an interview before. So not to be super redundant, but just to fill everyone in, I wrote a book called Move Well Secrets. So, my shameless pitch for this, movewellsecretsbook.com. Go there. You get the book for free. You just pay for shipping. movewellsecretsbook.com. 18 chapters. You pull back the curtain, teach everything you need to know at bird's eye view. If you want to put any sort of corrective exercise or functional movement into your chiropractic practice, how to do it, which you should, because it helps patients a ton and positions you differently and just makes practice a ton more fun. So that's what Move Well University is. We did it in our practice. We had tons of doctors asking us how to do it. And so we created a step-by-step program to teach others, and now others are duplicating it. It's duplicable, which is cool, right? And then the thing I was telling you about, and there's a lot to do. I don't know how much time we have here, but 20 minutes?
20, 30 minutes? Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay, cool. So something that we're doing now is in our own clinic, we've done this very successfully. We figured it out. Everything's dialed in. We figured that out before we started teaching others. Now we've been doing it ourselves for a while, and we decided to scale. So 2018 we're scaling up. My best friend, who I went to chiropractic school with, Dr. Omar Anguiano, he and I were roommates. He's the funniest person I've ever met in my entire life. I am thrilled that he's out here. He just moved out here to Idaho from San Diego. So another Californian that came out to Idaho. And so now he joined our practice. He's learning our systems now. He's going through Move Well University, just like a doctor would who gets our program. He's going through it. It's blowing him away. He's getting to hang out in the room and getting one-on-one training. But he's a smart dude, so he's picking it up very quick. Great communicator. Got a lot of cool marketing stuff. Has a lot of functional medicine background too. So he's bringing that into our clinic, which I'm excited about. But he's going to be launching and especially targeting the Spanish-speaking community as well. Okay, awesome. So that's huge. And then we got another doctor who just moved out here, who he started with us February 1. He's getting dialed in town, and next week he'll be in the clinic training like crazy. So that's Dr. Jeff. And then we got another guy that's in the mix right now that may be coming out. We're still figuring it out. And Dr. Omar's wife is a chiropractor, and she's going to start with us in August. So we got potentially 5 doctors that we're going to basically scale this up to in our clinic. We have another room that we're turning into an overflow adjusting room. I just ordered a whole other set of equipment. We're ready to blow it up for 2018, Jim Chester. That's what we're doing.
So let me ask you, why is it happening like that? Why are you seeing the success that you're getting?
Honestly, because the systems that we teach work, and it's kind of like a no-brainer where I feel like every single chiropractor in their right mind, if they wanted to do a better job clinically, have more fun in practice, and scale things financially so that they just have better collections and they're being able to do more per visit and differentiating themselves in their community, is just like a different approach. That's what this is. And so I'm not sharing this with you as trying to promote Move Well University, but I am, because I believe in it, because we do it every day. It works. It's not a ploy to, hey, get a program that's just another idea that someone else has out there. No, this is tried and tested. We do it every day. It works. Just like I was showing you our Move Well in the workplace, and you were saying, holy crap, this is so above and beyond what I see with everyone else. Pretty much. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No, it's true. Like what I see that you are doing with the technology side of marketing and how you're setting up these functional websites that people actually feel like they're part of your community. I think that's something special. And I think that this program that you're doing with the lunch program, let's talk a little bit about that and maybe give some people some success tips on why that's going to work well.
Cool. So for everyone out there who wants to check it out, we're fixing this URL right now, so it might work at the time you check this. But if you go to freelunchonus.com, you should be able to see it. Now I'm going to have everyone opting into our local funnel here, which I guess if you want to, that's fine. But just put a note in there saying I'm a doctor so that my marketing gal doesn't start reaching out to me if you're local. I probably shouldn't even told you this, but anyway, it's freelunchonus.com. And also movewellidaho.com. Those are two different links to get into this funnel. What it is, it's like two parts, okay? Like all of us as chiropractors know that if we can get in front of people and we can speak and we have something powerful that we can deliver in 15 to 30 minutes, right? Like for a lunch talk, that's super awesome. That's a great way to build a patient base, build quality patients, right? That's like chiropractic marketing 101. Now, how you do this though is all laid out in this program where we have steps of how to get in and do a lunch. So we have pre-lunch funnel. So we basically give something valuable that they can learn about how to do to improve productivity. That drops them into a funnel that then gives them things to say, hey, did you know we can come in and do a lunch for you? And here's how it works. And then they opt in. Our community outreach director reaches out to them, follows these systematized steps. She gets these lunches booked, right? Now we go in and we do a lunch. We blow them away with information. We talk for 30 minutes about movement and why learning how to move well in the workplace will increase productivity, increase energy, and decrease injury, which is a win-win for the employee and the employer. But you can't teach someone how to do this in 30 minutes. There's no way. So what do? You get them excited about it. You give them all the sizzle. And then the steak now is you get free access to a membership area that we built, which is called Move On the Workplace Members Area. I'm looking at it on my screen right now. Now they get to go into this members area. That's the thing that you just logged into, Jim, and you were looking through on your end, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what does that do now? That members area allows this person to go through and self-screen in the sitting, standing, and lifting position. That pretty much covers every workplace environment you have, sitting, standing, lifting. We call it the killer 3, sitting, standing, lifting. So learn what to do, what not to do. So we have sitting 101, standing 101, lifting 101. And then they go through a self-screening. A Move Well 3 self-screen is what we call it. All right? They now take this self-screen. They have a score sheet. They score themselves on a 0 to 13 scale to see, are you at risk of injury and are you super weak, or are you abundant health doing awesome, right? Then, doesn't end there, then they have another section called common conditions and simple fixes that really work. And we put, I think, 12 different conditions together. So tight neck muscle fix, carpal tunnel syndrome, the 3 things you must know, tennis elbow, the true cause and what you can do about it, all these things. And now that they click in it, they get an intro video explaining the condition. And then they have videos below of some of our most popular protocols of self-fixes, and then all the disclaimers of, look, we're not diagnosing, we're not doing this, you're doing this on your own. If it's not responding or you want to check it out in more detail, click the button. They click a button, guess what happens? We pop up and we go, hey, great, you're here, now you can schedule an appointment. And now they also have a cool incentive to schedule the appointment, which is to get our Ultimate Move Well kit, which is our home care kit that's featured in a lot of the videos, right? So it's all intermingled into this awesome, plan of tons of value and getting someone to develop trust or rapport for us because they're seeing videos of us, right? The last part of this, and I'll let you say something, I promise. The last part of this is then, okay, take a breath. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so then the last part of this, okay, after all that, is then what happens is then it takes them to the ability to take a certification test. So they can get Move Well in the Workplace certified. They take a 20-question test, they get a certificate. The employer may incentivize them to get that certificate because just like employers say, wear the stepper thing, drink more water, you know what I'm saying? Now it's, let's actually do something that's way more comprehensive, handles a lot more than just wear a stepper thing, but actually let's make sure you're moving well and moving safely. And now all that stuff has a bunch of other steps and automations and emails and all kinds of cool funnely goodness. And then all of that takes them back to you're getting a super highly qualified lead in the door and you're growing your practice with people that you want to grow it with, and you're not running a Groupon ad and getting a bunch of tire kickers that get their free massage and then never come back again. Because that's how a lot of chiropractors do it. Let's just face it.
Yeah, I read a lot of threads and I see people that have done that type of stuff, and some people actually have satisfied themselves growing their practice on that type of technique. But most people I've talked to just kind of burn them and their staff out, and they kind of, have a hole in the bottom of their bucket. When people come in, it doesn't fill up; it just continuously runs out. So when you run the wrong campaigns, I know what happens because I follow. I mean, just like Gary V, dude, I bleed out of my eyes with how much I scroll through news feeds and how much I pay attention to what people are doing and studying what the influencers are doing and how they're making more, leaps and bounds to get their message out there. That's what I've noticed with what you showed me today is, you definitely have put the work in to be able to build a platform for people to, find good information and then make it usable. And when you can marry usability and scheduling and technology together, that's a killer trio. When people can use it and it's friendly to use and it's techie and it's fun to use, and then it's actually applicable and people can actually schedule themselves in with technology. And you were saying also that the people that do your talks, and when you said that you email the talk to people too.
Yes. So then let's say that we go into the workplace and 15 people register, okay? And let's say 10 show up, but there's 50 in the business. There's other departments who couldn't make it at that time or whatever. So what we do is we get in there, we impress the you-know-what out of the people we're talking to. They see tons of value. And then we say, hey, you know what? There's all these other people here that couldn't make it. Let's do this. Let's either send you, the HR person, this email that you can forward to everyone, or even better yet, why don't you share with us their emails? Here's a thing that we can hand around to everyone who's working in the whole building for the 30 minutes that we're talking. We get everyone's email who's there. So we get 50 emails now. Only 12 of them showed up for our talk. We get 50 emails. Guess what we do? Put that into a list. We video our talks. We then send out a replay to them that they can watch. It expires in 5 days. The same special offer that basically we are offering while we're talking in person, they get a special offer for 5 days. I just saw a comment from Dr. Tom Potis. Thanks for that. He says, Todd has a very cool product and system. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that. I think you're seeing that on your end too, right, Jim?
Yeah. We love Dr. Tom, man. Tom and I are doing some really cool stuff as well. We'll jump into that just a little bit, but let's continue on. So you email them the list of your talk.
Yes. And then from there, what happens? We now email them a replay. The replay then allows them to still take advantage of the special offer that we had at that time, which is you can get the Ultimate Move Well kit, which is this this do-it-yourself kit of different things that we teach you inside of our members area as far as things you should do. You get that absolutely for free once you come in and complete a paid visit in our clinic. We do not discount the visit. We do not discount our care ever, because it's full value for what we do. So they come in for day one, they come in for day two. Once they complete that, they get this kit. That is a separate and distinct thing that's not covered anyway, and they get that as a gift, right? Now for the replay, that's a offer extension. So now they get a 5-day offer extension, and then after the offer extension expires, they now get one last way of taking advantage of it. And guess what that is? That is going through all the content in the members area, taking the certification, and then showing us that they have a certificate because they went through all this information and they know this stuff. So what is that doing? It's making sure, one, they have skin in the game. Two, they're a super pre-qualified lead coming in the door. That's your most favorite perfect patient. So you want that person to come in. And so this whole thing I'm explaining as far as like, what does this have to do with this book that we wrote, Move All Secrets, which is moveallsecretsbook.com, shameless plug number 2, moveallsecretsbook.com, free book, you pay shipping, is because what happens is you learn this stuff clinically. Now you can use a really cool marketing platform to be able to connect the dots. This marketing platform we're doing is for us, but we will eventually clone it and help other doctors do this in their parts of town too. And we would really, really urge them to be part of Move All University so they have all the protocols to send them to. But the cool thing about it is that, honestly, you don't even have to be, because this whole marketing thing is going to work for everyone. But I'll tell you, you're going to want to be, because this is just such awesome information for having corrective exercise in your practice. I mean, so it's multiple things we're building. It just keeps evolving. We didn't build this with the intention, again, of saying, let's teach other chiros how to do it. We do it for ourselves because we're scaling up, but then being that we're very sharing and caring and wanting to transform this entire profession, other doctors need this stuff. Okay, so I'm done. I'm dropping the mic.
You've made it to Chiro Hustle Live. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession. This episode is brought to you by Clothes for Chiro, Chiro Sushi, Barbara Eaton's 56-day chiropractic boot camp, California Jam, Move Well University, the Black Diamond Club, Pure Chiro Notes, the Chiro Dex app, Dr. Alok Trivedi, Chiro Spark, Chirogram, Chiropractic Wealth Management, 8 Weeks to Wellness, Integrative Freedom, and Element Mattresses. Let's hustle.
No, that's cool. I think it's great. I think what you're doing is very special. And I honestly don't think enough people know about what you're doing. And I think that that's one of the cool things about networking with our podcast, Chiro Hustle, is now you get a chance to rebrand through our momentum. And I think that that's really cool, is brand awareness. We all rise together. And the more people that know about your episode 18 on Chiro Hustle podcast, just let everybody know we're at episode 30 now. So we are rocking and rolling. We've done 21 live interviews in 23 days of this month, and the goal is to put out 300 by October 1st, which is my birthday. So we're going to just keep on cranking and keep on raising the elevation of the chiropractic message. I'm doing something really cool with the women in chiropractic right now. Gotten a lot of support from the women's groups. Just shine a big spotlight on the women chiropractic voice, dude. And I think that that's something it's a very smart marketing move on our end. And I also think that we're starting a student series where we're going to be interviewing students from all around the world. And we're going to be talking to them what makes their schools unique and what their experiences has been like and what they're looking for in their career, and possibly help them get placement with people like you, that you watch it and then you can then, snipe them and say, hey, come over to Idaho and work with me because you were impressed by them. So it could be a good marketing angle for us to share what's going on globally with chiropractic within the schools. And it could be a good way for people to find the young talent and to get them in good placements with good jobs if they allow me to interview them. So, it's going to expose a lot of truths in chiropractic too, because the millennials is the group I'm really interested in, the groups that are between like 20 and 35. Those are the people that are going to be the future leaders of chiropractic. So aligning ourselves with those young groups and those future leaders is only going to make the Chiro Hustle brand stronger, and it's only going to make the future leaders more connected. And I think that that's something that's been an issue with chiropractic for years, is the future leaders were never connected. And
yeah, I think there's a lot of truth to that.
And I think that, the way I see the chiropractic profession is we're all stronger together, instead of saying, hey, I practice this way and I'm a part of this association. And, so be it. So be it. You're a Gonstead doc, but you do corrective exercises too. So you've married like two brilliant aspects of chiropractic together. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a TRT doc. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a network spinal analysis practitioner. But I think that the more that we realize that all chiropractic works is the main key of why we're doing the Chiro Hustle podcast, because I think that so many people just don't know the truth behind it. And so many people are confused by their own dogma that they don't accept the other people from the other side of the fence well. And I think that what we're doing is we are making non-denominational chiropractic message. And I think that that's something that's going to be relished in the future. And I think that people are really going to realize that it didn't take a chiropractor to figure this out. It took a media man to figure this out.
That's funny. Yeah. Well, and it's, for me, like all the stuff that you're saying, I think is awesome. And most of it I agree with, but the one thing that I would just add to that, and this is what we're trying to do with Move Well University, is adding a component of consistency, congruency, using this very evidence-based approach of how to assess movement and how to do stuff. So like you can take any sort of system or technique that someone's using in chiropractic, like you're saying, but add this much needed exercise component, which so many people want, need, and no one else is doing it for the patient. So they're just kind of like left to like roll the dice and say, well, do I go to the personal trainer? Do I go to the physical therapist? Are they going to badmouth the chiropractor? And in most cases, that's what happens. The patient loses out, and it sabotages your relationship as the chiropractor with your patient when you're trying to refer them and really doing good. So at the end of the day, what you have to do is you have to do it in-house. You can't have too many cooks in the kitchen. You can't have more than one cook in the kitchen, really. You need one cook. That's the chiropractor.
Well, I also see what you're doing is could be a huge referral source if you start getting like personal trainers, Move Well University, like certificate certified. And if you were to get, there you go. So
it's already done. It's already done. And that's called Move Well University for Fitness Professionals. That is our other arm of marketing, is where we have a whole program where we train personal trainers on how to know their part so that they know when to refer to us and vice versa. And there's a certificate for them. I think it's a 50 question test for them, but it's the same type of thing, my friend. It's funny you say this. We already built that. It's fully built. It's called Move Well University for Fitness Professionals. If you go to movewelluniversity.com, just like Dr. Tom posted up there, if you go to that, movewelluniversity.com, and you click on, I think it says Marketing Move Well. Marketing Move Well tells the whole story of Move Well University for Fitness Professionals, which I probably haven't told you about that yet, Jim. But after I show you that, but after I show you that, not only will your socks be knocked off, but it might even curdle your toenails. Okay, so watch out.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that spot too. So my other angle on this is getting this into like like schools and teaching like gym teachers how to implement like education based on moving well to the future sedentary society. And I think that we need to start them. We need to start them young with these concepts, and we need to start people to actually start taking care of personal responsibility for who they become. And I think so many times we leave it to we leave it to this. And we leave it to something else to educate people on what to do or how to do it. But I think what you're doing is vitally important for the future of what people are going to experience down the line, especially with how technology is integrated into people's lifestyle so heavily. I mean, the average person is scrolling probably like 5 hours a day. And,
it's crazy.
They're liking, they're sharing, they're commenting. And
scrolling like this too. Scrolling like this.
Yeah. All bent over. All bent over, and when I was working in the practice, like 4 years ago, even I would come in and there'd be a 12-year-old like this saying it hurts here, and it was because they sat there and played Angry Birds for like 5 hours a day.
Right, totally. No, and exactly what you're saying as far as getting out to the schools and all that. That whole thing we built in Marketing MoveWell, the MoveWell University of Fitness Professionals, that's targeted to coaches at schools and gymnastics and fitness, like personal trainers. So pretty much anyone involved in movement, that's what this program is for. And the really cool part about that one already is live and cloned, and you have other doctors using it. So we actually take the whole funnel that we built, we clone it, we help personalize it to that doctor, and then they can use certain links in that to send it to their community. And it's all, I mean, it's a big master system. At some point, just like what you're doing, how it's just going to blow up and explode. What we're doing, I don't see anyone else doing what we're doing. I mean, no offense to anyone else. I don't know if anyone can actually, and I'm not saying this to be egotistical, I don't know if anyone can keep up with me.
I feel the same way about what we're doing. Like, I think that everybody's like chasing us now. And I think that that's one of the reasons why we started working together, because we realized the value fact of working with other influencers. And, you know, what I can really see for you is sponsorship for like Olympic teams, and sponsorships for like ski teams, and sponsorship for, like you said, gymnastics teams, soccer teams. Like, imagine MoveWell University on like the jersey of like an international soccer team.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I'll do some other kind of offshoot. And that's pretty much going to be like, you know, targeted to chiropractors. But yeah. I get what you're saying. It's huge. It's a huge vision. It's going places. Ultimately, the really cool part about this is that patients are getting a just high quality of care, and it's positioning us chiropractors differently in our community with like medical providers even. And I'm not saying this as if we have to suck up to them and say, please, can you accept us? But what happens is when you have this stuff that in their mind looks like physical therapy, smells like physical therapy, maybe even tastes a little bit like physical therapy. Okay, however that tastes. But now what happens is they go, oh, you do exercises and movement? Okay, now I'm going to send my patients to you, and these patients are now going to get access to chiropractic care, which they never would if they went and saw someone else. And that is not to say anything negative against PT's physical therapy. I think that's great for post-surgical, you know, let's work with someone, increase range of motion for 2 to 4 weeks based on what a medical doctor prescribes. They're handcuffed. They can't really do what they want because they're going based on what a medical doctor gives them as far as permission. That's how it works. Versus us chiropractors, we can call the shots. We can manage someone's care. We don't have to do what a medical doctor tells us to do, or someone else tells us to do who doesn't have the same expertise that we do. So it's like, it's so needed. It's so powerful. It makes me want to like get out there and scream at people and just shake them, you know, and be like, don't you see how huge this is?
Yeah. Honestly, Todd, you have to own the space. And just like one of our good friends, Tabor, like if we didn't take advantage of owning the spinal hygiene concept, you know, somebody else would come in and own that. So if you don't own the movement concept of life, then somebody else is going to come in and take that. And I think that what you've done,
chiropractic is us. Yes. As far as and listen too. Like, I'm not saying that I am the top guru for understanding all the science behind movement. I mean, there's a lot of people out there a lot smarter than me. What we did is we put the systems in place. The systems, no one can touch us. We have the systems for patient engagement, for progressing them, for making it work into an existing chiropractic clinic, making sure everything flows beautifully. That's me. I'm the systems guy, the communication guy, and then how to turn this into a message to the community, to other doctors, and just position yourself properly so you can make this thing explode. That's what we own.
And in layman's terms, that's branding, marketing, and deliverable goods.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah, I like that.
And I think that's the end user is they're getting high-end deliverable goods. And I think that what you're doing is you're giving people all the tools to be able to become successful as that type of practitioner. And honestly, I mean, you can be subluxated all day long, but if you don't take care of the underlying condition, which is usually muscular and soft tissue, and retraining that to become strong again, you're going to just be chronically subluxated for the rest of your life. And that segment, you can adjust it over and over and over, but degeneration will eventually set in because that massive subluxation just doesn't correct itself just because of the adjustment. And where.
And what you're saying is true, And I think like another way, because like right now, I'm getting excited about this and having a fun time, and I'm saying things that are honest, but I'm also saying things about talking about how awesome all this stuff is. And I don't want it to come across like it's just me coming here and just saying this is the best, rah rah rah. But I've gone through my own evolution in practice. I was the segmental only. I'm going to fix everything under the sun by adjusting the spine. And what you just said right now, I'd put my fingers in my ears and pretend either I didn't hear it or it wasn't true and that you were missing something, and that no. If you adjust someone just the right way, everything just comes together. And it doesn't. It really doesn't. What you're saying is true. Patients want it. The community wants it. I knew they wanted it. I didn't know how to deliver it. So I was, banging my head against the wall every day, feeling like I was less than what I needed to be for my patients. And so I was trying to develop all these systems. Okay, how do I get this in front of them without me working 1 million hours a week and seeing only 5 patients a day? You know what I'm saying? And so we figured it out. And it's not because, again, that we're just these like huge, smarty pants. It's that what happened is that we got knocked down 55 times before we had one win. That's the win that we're sharing, but we're also sharing all the mistakes we made so that other people don't have to make the same mistakes.
And
right?
I think another really good thing about what you're doing, Dr. Todd, is you've integrated with really smart practitioners and really smart media people, and you're actually figuring out how to build a system, and you're taking that song inside of you and you're sharing it with other people to bring your message to the forefront. And I think that that's something really beautiful and really awesome. And, honestly, it's something that all of us need to do is we all need to search out for our power players. We need to search out for people that can support our visions and learn how to take the song inside of us and really put it out to the people that need it. And most of us we do die with the music inside of us. And I think that that's a real problem with genius. It all gets left here in my notebook, man, unless I put it into action. And I think that that's something that a lot of times, even the smartest person out there, they go to their grave with all their greatest ideas in a notebook, or they go to their grave with all their best intentions stored up inside of their mind. And that's like, and to me, what you're doing is you took the greatest information that you could develop and you worked with really intelligent people and figured out how to scale it. Then you figured out how to systematize it. Then you figured out how to market it. And now you're learning how to scale it again. And not only for your practice, but making this to something that other people are going to be able to benefit from by being a part of that community, which I think is the absolute meaning of genius. And I think it's the absolute meaning of fortitude. And when you have genius and fortitude linked up together and it actually works for people, that there can transcend into transition communities, can transcend the healthcare system when people actually get behind something that really has a system and that works, that's effective, efficient, and gets results. And I think that that's really where you're at right now, but more people need to know about it.
Awesome. Well, that's well said. I appreciate all the kind words. I mean, yeah, it's there's no secret. We work really hard on this stuff for our own patients, but also because I feel like since we've entered this space, as far as in front of other chiropractors, I want to deliver the best goods that I can to my fellow chiropractors because I love our profession. I think that we all deserve it. They deserve it. I wish someone would have done this kind of stuff for me before. And so, yeah, I mean, it is live. It's happening. Time-wise, too, I'm just looking at the clock. I actually have to get out to a lunch meeting pretty soon. Okay. I know that we probably went over our allowed time anyway, but you and I need to do this more often and just pick topics to talk about because there's so many cool things that I think we can dive in deeper. Yeah,
I think we have good banter too. And just to let you get going, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been on the live feed today. Thank you, Kat, for just joining us. Thank you, Maddie, my buddy up in Keystone area. Thank you, Jose and Salvador and Tom and all you guys that really support the Chiro Hustle movement. We can't do it without you guys. And if you guys do like what we're doing here, please give us some thumbs up and some hearts. And just like Russell Simmons always says, it's not nighttime, but good night and God bless. And I want to thank Dr. Todd Pickman for being a sponsor of the Chiro Hustle podcast with Moville University. And if you guys want more information, the website is on the screen right now. So I'll let you get going, Dr. Todd, and Moville Secrets, 18 chapters of success there for you guys. So jump on in, dive in, and learn. Just get on it and learn. And that's the greatest gift is You can't give people anything that makes them more exciting in life than being able to elevate their consciousness and their awareness and their education possibilities. And then when you apply that, the sky's the limit, man.
Yeah, all these closing words of wisdom. I love it, Jim.
Love you, bro. We'll catch you on the next one.
All right, man. Thanks for having me on.
See you. Yep.
All right, bye.
Thank you for listening to Chiro Hustle Live. Don't forget to subscribe and check back next week to continue hustling.